everyone, Marty Sleevey here alongside Brian Albert.
Hi, everybody.
Brian, we're excited. We are IGN's Demon Souls and Dark Souls aficionados, and holy moly, we have the Bloodborne TGS 2014 trailer coming exclusively to the PlayStation 4 from Japan Studio and From Software.
Let's do this.
Yeah, I'm excited.
Me too.
This is sort of the spiritual successor to the Souls series, particularly Demon Souls.
Correct.
So we start off here. We got this really rad-looking, amazing town. So we're just gonna. A lot of this is gonna be us ogling over the fact that this game looks stupidly good.
Yep.
Yeah, this place kind of looks like Anne Orlando.
So I always make that comparison when
Yeah.
I see like an awesome cityscape like that looks creepy.
Yeah, I feel like Dark Souls just set the bar with that place.
Yep. No, this, even if you told me this was not Bloodborne or whatever, and you said, just look at this world, I'd be like, well, that's kind of a Dark Souls, Demon Souls sort of environment.
Yeah, for sure,
so.
for sure. And we have this sort of mysterious, feminine-looking figure standing here. You were mentioning before that she kind of seems like the Emerald Herald. Not like she is the Emerald Herald, but just in the same, maybe she plays the same role in the game.
Right, yeah. Mysterious, feminine figure who's sort of shown off at the beginning of the trailers.
Yeah.
We don't really know.
She has this bell, and it almost seems like, so if you follow the narrative of the trailer, she's ringing this bell, and then our next shot, we're in this graveyard, and our character is sort of summoned from the tombstones.
Yeah, it sort of looks like you're rising up from these graves.
Yeah.
And we don't really know, at least I haven't even seen it yet, if we spawn from bonfires or like how that works in this game. So
they haven't showed that off yet. Like in the demos we've played at like E3 and Gamescom and stuff, when you died, the demo's just over.
Yeah, yeah. If we spawn from like graveyards, that fits with the aesthetic of Bloodborne, and it's just sort of cool too.
The completely terrifying aesthetic.
Yeah. Also, the wavies. Look at the wavies.
Yeah,
Marty.
there's a lot of wavies on the left-hand side. It sort of looks like you're underwater, but we know you're not. It's kind of dreamlike. I think it's just really cool, like fire
effects. Yeah, it sort of seems like the heat wave effect thing too. Anyway.
And it also shows two things. One, this game has a lot of headwear.
Yep.
But most importantly, hats.
Hats
so,
everywhere, Marty.
Yeah, so this is...
I'm going to make note of all the cool hats when we see them.
Okay, so we got one cool hat. We also got the Plague Doctor mask, which we'll talk about a little bit later when we get some close-ups of the footage.
Yep.
You see here your character is, it seems like foolishly, running at a horde of a mob of townsfolk. And
you probably look and feel awesome doing this, but it's not great.
No, and then there's like spooky ghosts in the background. Look, holy moly, look at this guy. Let's talk about this guy for a second.
Okay, Crocodile Man.
Yeah.
Maybe multiple heads. Can you see?
He seems like a Hydra. Oh God.
A Hydra crocodile.
A forest-based hydrocodile.
Right.
It also seems like your character's hiding. I don't know if it's hiding. I don't know if they're just doing this for like for it to look cool in the demo.
Yeah,
but
it's a cool angle. Maybe it's sort of like.
It'd be interesting if like this thing was like prowling the forest and you had to like
hide from it.
Yeah, that'd be really cool.
It seems like you're sort of maybe sneaking. You're gonna get a sneak attack on it.
Yeah,
I don't know. I would hide from that thing.
I would hide from this thing. It also, I love Dark Souls 2, but I feel like the creature design that we've seen so far in Bloodborne is just heads above what Dark Souls 2 is.
It's like nasty in
nasty.
the best way.
Yeah, it's super gross in the best possible way. Here you see some rad fire effects. You said this reminded you of a place from Dark Souls 2?
Yeah, in Dark Souls 2, you look down and you see the fire lizard salamander things, and you're like, no, I don't want to go down there.
No.
Same thing here. There's a thing chained to a chandelier in the fire.
A dude monster hanging down there, and again, a lot of this trailer is just like FromSoft showing like, yes, this game is the greatest looking thing ever.
Crocodile, by the way, did not have a hat.
That's true.
Fire guy, one of the hat probably burned.
Absolutely, the hat burned. That's why you need to get a flame retardant hat.
Yep.
You see this dude walking up. Everything looks like a graveyard, so I'm just going to say that everything's a graveyard.
This guy is George Washington.
Yeah, old George Washington crossing the Delaware of Bloodborne's graveyard.
Okay. These dudes are big.
Yeah,
lumbering beasts. You don't want to get hit with them. They're super armored.
It seems like the guy on the left's definitely wearing a hood of some sorts, which may count as a hat.
It's close.
Yeah, it's close.
We got bodies on pikes in the back.
Pike bodies in the background.
Cool thing here that you pointed out to me earlier, Marty. Sun. There's sunlight.
There is sunlight.
Praise the sun.
Yeah, praise the sun. Solaire's just chill. I feel like Solaire's just off screen in every one of these things.
Yep.
Yeah, everything we've seen so far or played so far of Bloodborne has been nighttime in that same city, but this trailer shows a lot of daytime stuff. And granted, it all still looks terrifying and awful.
Yeah, it doesn't make it happy.
No. It just makes it like, well, you're gonna die in sunlight.
Hat.
This dude's super. He's wearing a fedora.
Yep.
That guy says "milady." Again, this thing is just showing off the amazing aesthetics. The light coming through the window, the fire on the left, this terrifying axe hammer.
Super atmospheric.
Yeah.
Scary.
God, these enemies are just horrifying. Why is everything so mean looking?
I don't know.
Yeah, I like it though. Okay,
here we go. This is cool.
Yeah, you got some quick combat. So this is a new class that Colin and Mitch got to play over at TGS, and he's got a hammer. I mean, you're noticing a few things with the transformations. Tell us about that.
So the first early on there, the hammer has a much longer handle. It seems like the swing is maybe a little faster or something, and then he switches it to like this short, like, great hammer and slams this dude with it.
It's super cool. Yeah, it seems like that first one's like an area of effect. Like it'll hit a couple guys.
Right.
But then
there we go.
The smaller one is coming down on a single enemy, and then he goes back to the sort of area.
And it's fast enough that you can do it in combat, at least against these kinds of enemies.
Yeah, yeah, absolutely. Of what we played so far, I haven't used the hammer, but I've used the blades, and the whole thing is about transforming your weapon in the middle of combat. So going from a longer, heavier version of a sword to a quicker, shorter kind of daggery.
Yeah, maybe the shorter one will stagger them a little more.
Yeah,
I don't know. Combat is super important with attack animations and enemy reactions to getting hit. So.
Yeah, absolutely. Again, this trailer is showcasing everything awesome from the little poppies in the foreground to the trail on the right that leads God knows where to the fact that the enemies are screaming, which again, nightmarish.
Lots of shrieking. It's
lots of shrieking. You got your
rat.
That rat's about to get messed up. Although it's not about to get messed up because the guy clearly misses to the right.
Yeah, maybe there's another rat.
There's 2 rats. All right, so
here's a hat.
Yeah,
a rat hat.
Rat hat. He's got a plague doctor mask, like there were some of those dudes in AC2.
Yep. Always creepy, no matter what. Yeah.
Always creepy. He almost looks bird-like with the feathery cloak.
Yeah, he looks scary.
Yeah, he's Birdman. And then you got a werewolf. Or werewolf, as some people call them.
I don't know if anyone does that.
I don't think anyone does that. But,
Marty.
Also, look how much blood is on your character.
That's too much blood.
It's like your character was born from it.
Nope. Let's move on.
No one's going to say that? All right, we're moving on. TMB, too much blood.
And too many enemies right here.
Holy moly!
Someone messed up.
Also, okay, so we got 4 dudes on the left. We got, that guy's face on the right's terrifying.
Yep,
That's John C. Slenderman.
Good job, environmental, or excuse me, character artists in this game.
Terrifying.
And environment artists.
And it seems like you got 2 massive, I don't know if these are like minotaurs, but they seem horse-like at the bottom, man-like at the top. All that matters is that they're wearing hats.
Right, and also this dude, the person playing, needs to watch out.
Yeah, because
that guy's rearing back with that axe.
Yeah, he's about to get slammed.
Yep.
Yes. He's about to get
see it,
space
actually.
jammed.
He dunked. He just got dunked.
He got dunked. Okay, this is the big thing, though.
This is probably the most important part of the trailer.
Yeah. I feel like we should have immediately went here, but we were talking about hats and Space Jam and stuff. So, yeah, we get our first glimpse at multiplayer, but it does not look like traditional Souls multiplayer.
Right. In Souls, usually, when there are 2 players in the game, one is glowing a certain color because they were summoned or they're invading or something like that. In this, you both just look like normal people.
Yeah. Everything in Souls
so
is temporary. All the multiplayer is always temporary, whereas this almost has an air of permanence to it.
Right. It's always conditional. It's like, hey, if I help you, we'll both get Sunbro medals or something.
Yeah.
In this, it's like it looks like maybe they just joined a co-op game together.
Yeah, and so that's something the FromSoft team has talked about how multiplayer is different in this game, but they're not ready to discuss quite how. So maybe it's more traditional, like 2 people broing up and going through the game together.
Yeah, that would change a lot of things.
That would absolutely change everything. Also, how badass is it that these 2 just immediately pulling out their weapons?
Yeah, they're showing off.
Yeah, they're showing off. Here they're fighting the most terrifying, gross idiot.
This is the beef brisket monster.
The beef brisket, the old BBM. You see they're the dude on the right is shooting him with a gun.
He shoots him and then he jukes, and this guy's
I'm
going to throw a grenade on him.
And then look, he's just got his cheeks
flaps
everywhere.
are waving around.
Yeah.
So,
oh my God.
You pointed out something here earlier when we were watching this party. Sort of swiping at the wall there.
Yeah, it seems like when the face is opened up, the enemy becomes blind almost, and so maybe that's an attack. How's that thing's not seeing anything after that?
Yeah, maybe that grenade kind of causes it to miss or freak out a little bit and blindly attack. I don't know.
And
this is
this showcase. God, there's so much blood. It also showcases the faster pace of the combat, which doesn't make the game any easier. It just sort of gives it a different tempo rhythm than traditional.
There's a lot happening. Some bosses, I remember, in Demon Souls and Dark Souls, you can kind of just backtrack and take your time. This looks like
terrifying.
Things are in your face, screaming at you.
Yeah, absolutely. Yep. Again, more screaming. You see, it sort of looks like the Los Plagos, I think they were called in RE4, where everything's messed up.
Yep, skin flaps.
Yeah, all skin flaps. And you got the little face there. Oh God. Yeah. Yeah. That's just gross.
I'm scared. Move on.
Bloodborne, February 6th. That's really soon.
Sooner than I thought it would be, for sure.
Yeah, for a game that was announced at E3.
Yep.
Sort of leaked.
I would have expected maybe holiday next year or something like
right?
that. Yeah, right?
The hunt begins. That's a tagline. So it's not prepare to die. I like that it's the hunt begins as opposed to prepare to die. I feel like this game is much more about, yes, you are in a world where everything wants to murder you, but you have options. You can live and things should fear you. So
we're not done yet.
No, we have a little stinger. This is weird. So we got what the hell are we watching right now? So we got two of the weirdo townsfolk just leaving in the background, but then this like weird.
The oil skeletons come out of the ground and they deliver a scroll to you.
Yeah. So I don't know what this is representing. I don't know if this is like a cute Japanese joke. I don't know if this is something we're missing. I don't know if this is a really crucial part of you know the systems in the game.
Right. I mean, could the scroll maybe be like a quest or something? Or
yeah. Are there quests in this game? Maybe this is like. Is this a character in the game who's going to pop up every once in a while? Is this how multiplayer is handled? Like these little guys pop up and give you a scroll, and then if you choose to accept it, someone joins your game. Is this how you're spawning? Like you die, but then these sort of graveyard minions, bring you back up. So yeah, I mean we have nothing to go on save for this, but I don't know. I'm excited.
That's all we got, Marty.
I'm excited. We're all excited. We're gonna have a lot more on Bloodborne. And on the PlayStation 4, and on hats mostly.
Yeah.
Top 10 hats in gaming. There's a game called Hat in Time, so that might be one of them.
Wow.
Henry Hatsworth.
So normally I think of hats with Team Fortress.
Sure. Also, Team Fortress could probably be on there. Bloodborne's going to enter that list.
Yeah,
we're going to have a lot more on Bloodborne leading up to its February release. So for everything else, Bloodborne, FromSoft, and most importantly, hats, you're out in the right place. IGN.com.